Across the nation, the health of Irish families is in decline. In this series, 6 families in desperate need of life overhauls go under the microscope and open their doors to the scrutiny of a team of medical experts. Dr. Sinead Byrne is committed to reversing the decline of the nation's health.
We can reduce the incidence of chronic diseases with prevention, and that starts in the home.
Fitness professor Niall Moyna is on a mission to get the country moving.
Unless we radically transform the lifestyle of our children, they are going to be the first generation that will not outlive their parents.
Dr. Nina Burns is a passionate advocate of families taking control of their well-being.
We don't need doctors to keep us well. We need a healthy lifestyle.
And new to the team, nutritionist Daniel Davey wants to change the way we think about food.
We can't underestimate the value of eating good food.
A week of scanning and screening will reveal what's really going on.
I'm feeling it's going to be like a heart attack with the pains I'm getting all the time.
And the cold, hard facts will come out in the consultation room.
We could end up in a wheelchair.
They have 8 weeks to turn their lives around.
That's it. Good job. Good job.
So proud of you. Well done.
The households are facing the challenge of a lifetime.
It's just awful.
You're really not taking things seriously.
All while under the glare of a doctor in the house. Under medical supervision this week are the Riley family from Ballymun, North Dublin. The Riley family have a busy household of 3 generations, made up of 53-year-old dad Philip, 52-year-old mum Naomi, their 2 children, 18-year-old Natasha and 13-year-old Tammy Jo, and Natasha's 1-year-old Tyler Lee. This family, though, have some serious lifestyle problems that, if allowed to continue, could have fatal consequences. Every day starts for Philip and Naomi with a cup of tea and a cigarette.
First thing in the morning, I'd say within an hour I'd smoke about 10.
I'd probably smoke 15 roll-ups a day. Probably.
Okay, so at least they take it outside, but that's not doing their lungs any good.
I'd like to give them up, but then again, I'm not ready to. I like my cigarettes. Oh dear.
Breakfast and lunch are usually skipped by most of the family.
Tammy Jo in school. She's the only one that eats breakfast. I'll have tea, followed by coffee, followed by more tea.
We don't have really set meals, if you know what I mean. Like, the first thing I had to eat today was at practically 2 o'clock, and that was a sandwich. Tasha's a bit of a nibbler, and she'll be nibbling all during the day. And then she'll have her dinner, and then she'll probably eat again later on at night.
My bad habits are eating a lot of pizza, takeaways.
Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Takeaway.
You wonder how often that's happening.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's not once a month anyway.
No. They look like really bad habits. Are they real fruit?
They're too shiny to be real.
That's not real. And one of the neighbours' kids tried to eat the apple.
I drink a lot of fizzy drinks. Yesterday I'd had about 4 cans of Coke.
But there is one member of the family that impresses the panel.
Oh, wow. That's pretty impressive now. Wow.
Tammy Jo is like a little health freak. She likes doing the cheerleading.
I train on a Sunday for 2 hours, and on a Wednesday for an hour and a half, and on a Friday for an hour and a half.
I don't get no exercise in. The only exercise I would get in would be going up and down the stairs, hoovering, dusting, making the beds.
Natasha's son Tyler Lee has cystic fibrosis.
Because he needs extra care, like my main focus obviously is him. Like, I don't really worry about myself, like when it comes to my health around, it's just more of him, like keeping him healthy.
But it's the excessive use of painkillers that shock the experts.
With constant pains in my head. Every day, 5 or 6 headaches a day. A week, I'd probably go through probably 60 paracetamol. 25, 30 of these things. Tablets isn't an awful thing in this house, so I eat them.
This is just like a really bad sign when you see codeine in someone who suffers from headaches. You know they're on a slippery slope.
When I have migraines, and they could last for like 3 days, even longer. Probably take 3 Panadol at a time, and I'd probably go through probably 2 boxes a week.
People in this house are popping pills left, right and centre. I mean, that's crazy, carry on.
A big part of Naomi's and Natasha's daily schedule is nap time.
About 1 o'clock, 1 to 2 o'clock, I could hit like a brick wall, and I'd need to go and have a lie down and have a sleep.
Oh God, that's really bad now, isn't it? Talk about sedentary daytime.
Could sleep preferably from till 4 o'clock.
It's weird when I see people getting into bed during the day. Like, she's a young person, she should not need to be.
She seems to spend most of her life sedentary. She was lying downstairs, now she's upstairs and she's lying down.
Do you know, she doesn't look healthy, really. She looks very pale.
A lot of inactivity in that house. A lot. So it looks as though the day starts and ends with a cigarette.
Now it's time for the experts to meet the family face-to-face in Ballymun, North Dublin, to find out more about their medical history and concerns.
Can I ask you a bit about family history? Your mother, your father, are they both living?
My mother, she passed away. She was 54. She had cancer. She had breast cancer when she passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
My dad died of a heart attack. He had a stroke before he had 2 strokes before the heart attack.
And what age was he when he died?
He was in his early 60s.
Have you any medical conditions that you're aware of?
I've been diagnosed with high blood pressure and cholesterol.
Are you taking medication for those?
I used to, and I gave it up.
Okay, and does your doctor know that?
No. I found it was giving me headaches.
But obviously the headaches don't go away with that, right?
No.
Natasha, do you have any medical issues that you need to tell us about?
Yeah, I've asthma.
How bad is the asthma?
Really bad.
Tell me a bit about the inhalers you're on for your asthma.
I'd be prescribed 2, but I'd probably get 6 a month.
What, do you end up using 6 inhalers?
Yeah, and I'd be still needing more after.
We're going to have to kind of look into all of this. It's kind of a bit shocking, to be honest.
The Rileys are now under medical observation for 1 week, and our 4 experts will be monitoring and analysing their every move. At the end of the week, all of this information combined with a range of tests will reveal the truth about the Rileys' health. Nutritionist Daniel starts the week of observation by asking the family to keep a food diary to get a picture of their food consumption. Then Dr. Sinead runs full head-to-toe checkups on the whole family and takes blood samples.
The first part of the Rileys' NCT today will be to get their bloods done and do their top-to-toe exam. We have to piece together more information. I already know there are big issues, but that's going to help us know just how significant that is. There are people in this house that are getting headaches every single day. My suspicion is because they're taking too many over-the-counter medications.
So big off. Big off. Excellent.
Do you want a glass of water?
No.
Are you doing that every day?
Yeah.
Does it make you feel really sick, nauseated?
Yeah, I got sick yesterday.
Is that for years you're coughing like that?
Dr. Nina returns to the Rileys' household to monitor Philip's routine.
There is no safe level of smoking. Even 1 cigarette a day is doing you harm. So you're harming your body from the day you take your first cigarette. And he's been smoking 15 cigarettes a day for a significant amount of years, and that's really of concern.
But she's particularly concerned with why he is taking 24 codeine tablets on top of 60 paracetamol each week.
Does it release a headache any more than the other medication?
He's an awful lot more than the paracetamol.
Okay. And how long have you been doing that for?
I've been taking codeine now for a couple of years, but I've done it for a long, long time with the paracetamol.
So do you mind me asking, do you buy that codeine in the same pharmacy every week?
No.
Do you shop around different pharmacies?
Yeah, have to.
Is that because they've questioned what you're buying?
Yeah.
Dr. Sinead is back to look into 18-year-old Natasha's asthma and finds her in bed.
It's very very abnormal for someone of her age to need to nap, you know, kind of mid-morning. Very bad situation for someone who's 18 years of age. She has a history of asthma, so I want to just see what she's like after running up a few stairs. I just want to see how severe it is. How are you feeling now?
I can't breathe.
Crikey, you're quite wheezy actually. Let's have a listen. Big breath in. That is one fast pulse, isn't it? Natasha has clearly severe asthma. I don't think she realises how dangerous that is. She runs the risk of having an acute asthmatic attack, and several people die every year in Ireland because of poorly controlled asthma and leaving it too late.
Coming up, the Riley's fitness is tested.
One drive with your arms up that hill, last minute now, come on.
And Natasha faces some serious home truths.
I think you're an absolute sitting duck for a sudden death.
This week, the Rileys from Ballymun, North Dublin are under medical observation, and our experts have been watching and assessing their every move. At the end of the week, the family will face the consultation room where the findings will be collated and their results will be revealed.
There is irreversible lung damage there.
As the week under observation continues, Dr. Sinead visits the household to investigate the extent of Naomi's smoking.
For how many years have you been doing that?
Roll-ups, I'd say I'm smoking them about 3 years.
And just cigarettes in general?
Since I was 13.
Since you're 13, wow. I notice you've got an ashtray here with quite a few butts. How long would you say that's been sitting there since it was last cleaned out?
Since yesterday morning.
24 hours about?
24 hours, yeah.
And are these all yours?
I'd say probably about 80% of them are mine.
Okay.
The other 20 would be Philip's.
So you're taking responsibility for 80%.
Yeah,
do you mind if I have a little look and count them out just so I have an idea? 2, 3. Well, they don't look very attractive now. 60, 1, 2, 3, 4. 64 butts. 80% of which are yours. So we're talking about 40. Look, this is completely appalling. And the worrying thing is this is like going on for over 35 years. Her mum was diagnosed and died from breast cancer 2 years older than she was and was a smoker. I mean, this has got to stop.
The family attend Professor Niall's fitness lab so he can put them through a series of tests to calculate their level of fitness.
It'll be interesting. There's a mixed bag. It's a relatively inactive, unhealthy household.
Be interested to see how fit we all are and who's the fittest. Tabby.
Probably come out with an ambulance.
First, their BMI is calculated. And DEXA scans will reveal their body fat.
Step on there.
The parents are first to take on the VO2 max test.
Long, slow step, that's it. Both parents smoke, because I'd be looking for evidence of heart disease there today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and recovery. Would I get paid? It's close enough.
Come on now, Philip. Keep trying.
Good job, Philip. 3, 2, 1. You put a big effort in there. You felt you give it everything there, you did?
I did.
Yeah.
Now, 13-year-old Tammy Jo and 18-year-old Natasha go head-to-head.
I'd be a little bit concerned about Natasha. She has some issues with her breathing, and we're going to have to get to the bottom of that, that's for sure. Look straight ahead, that's good.
Okay, I'm going to bring it up a little bit faster, so it'll be just a nice little drop.
Tammy Jo is extremely fit, very active. She's the exception in the house. That's very good, Tammy Jo.
Lots left in you, you're doing really well.
One drive with your arms up that hill, last minute now, come on. 18, 19, we're getting pretty close to the end, that's good. Be a big effort now for 30 seconds.
No, you need 2 more minutes.
Okay. There, that's it. Great work. Okay, recover it. How do you feel? Good. Brain's ready for you.
I can't breathe.
As the time under observation is coming to a close, Dr. Nina isn't happy she has the full picture about Philip's headaches, so she returns to get to the bottom of it.
I want to really have a good check on Philip. I have genuine concerns about him. His lifestyle really isn't great, but we need to really figure out what is the root cause of all his problems.
And she discovers a worrying revelation.
Do you ever get pins and needles in your arms or your legs or anything with the headaches?
2 weeks ago, I went to light up a cigarette and I dropped the lighter on the ground. As I went down to pick up the lighter, I got this sensation all up the side of my face of pins and needles. And as it got that, the pins and needles then started shooting up and down my left arm. It took about 3 or 4 minutes, but it went.
So you didn't go see a doctor or anything at the time?
No.
Okay. I think he's an absolutely typical case of someone who would get a sudden stroke or heart attack. I think we absolutely have to do a scan to make sure everything's okay.
Alarmed by their findings over the week, the doctors have organised scans and tests for Naomi and Philip. They both undergo chest x-rays to assess the damage from smoking. An MRI and MRA of his brain are performed to check for tumours and evidence of stroke.
Okay, Philip, we're just about to start the first pictures.
They will have to wait for the results. The time under medical supervision is now over. The information collected has been collated and analysed, and the Rileys have been summoned to the consultation room.
I really want to let them know today how poor their health is and the abuse that they're putting their bodies to.
The lifestyle is in freefall and things need to change.
The family are about to discover the cold, hard facts about their health. Professor Niles starts the consultation with Philip's fitness results.
So Philip, you're supposed to get 60 minutes a day of moderate to vigorous intensity activity. You're currently getting 6 minutes a day. So you're basically, what you're doing, you're just doing enough to survive. If we take a look at your body composition, your BMI is 27, you're classified as overweight. And it's starting to accumulate the fat in your abdominal area.
It's bad news for Naomi.
Naomi, your BMI is 29.7. And that's the classification for being obese. And 36% of your body is fat. Your BMI is 27.8, which puts you in the overweight category. And at 18 years of age, that's alarming. Tammy Joe, your BMI is 20.7, exactly where it should be, and your body fat is exactly where it should be. But unfortunately, what's going to happen in the future, if it's going to be your example that she follows, so I think you all have a responsibility, both to yourselves, but to Tammy Joe, to make sure that we continue to increase your levels of physical activity.
Nutritionist Daniel has analysed the food diaries.
So going through all of your food diaries, there's a lot of work required. There isn't sufficient fruit and vegetables. There's no breakfast. There's long periods when you're not eating. We're seeing a lot of fizzy drinks, crisps, biscuits, and there's no reason why it can't be a lot better.
Dr. Sinead has serious concerns about the impact Naomi's smoking is having on her health.
So we did x-ray your lungs, and there is irreversible lung damage there. That's not going to go away. Eventually this is going to end up in end-stage lung disease. You end up on oxygen all the time, literally gasping for breath. So it's all now about trying to arrest the damage that's been done, to do no more damage, and that's to urgently give up cigarettes. Philip, you too are a smoker. Now, thankfully, your chest x-ray has come back clear, you know, unlike Naomi's, but that's not to say, you know, that you still have massive risk there as regards your risk of stroke, heart attack. So you still need to take it really seriously how this is affecting your life.
Dr. Nina has bad news for Natasha.
All the vitamins in your blood were low. But what was really shocking to see, because you're only 18, is you have a thing called insulin resistance. Your pancreas only has so much insulin it can produce in its life. And if it's churning it out at 18, it is almost certain that if things don't change, that you will develop type 2 diabetes in later years.
The way you're carrying on at the moment, I think you're an absolute sitting duck for an acute asthmatic attack and a sudden death. You need to understand the disease and respect it.
The doctors have concerns about Philip's headaches and symptoms, so they sent him for an MRI and MRA of his brain to check for abnormalities.
Now, I know you were worried what is causing these headaches. It came back completely normal, so there are no brain tumours, you know, there are no other causes for headaches there. So what you have is migraine, but then it's now become transformed because of all the over-the-counter medications. Codeine is an opiate-based medication. It's from the same family as heroin. Do you think would it be a problem if I were to ask you now to stop taking codeine-based medication?
If I thought something was in danger of my own health, of course I would stop, yes.
Okay.
Your cholesterol came back worryingly high. But what really terrifies me, to be perfectly honest, Philip, is you described an episode. You got this tingling in your arm, you got numbness in your face, you felt unwell. Those symptoms you had, they are signs of a possible stroke. We are extremely worried about your vascular system, and we are urgently going to get you checked.
Okay. Because it's an eye-opener, if you know what I mean. Woke me up to what I was doing wrong. And things that are waking us all up for, we're all doing wrong.
Natasha, Philip and Naomi are asked to lose 5 to 10% of their body weight, and the family must follow the nutrition and fitness plan. In addition, Naomi is at risk of cardiovascular and lung disease and is asked to quit smoking. Philip needs to quit smoking and cut out over-the-counter painkillers to prevent his risk of cardiovascular disease and stroke. To prevent developing type 2 diabetes, Natasha needs to stop drinking fizzy drinks and limit her sugar intake. She also must control and understand her asthma to prevent a risk of an acute asthma attack. The whole family are asked to eat healthy meals together. Coming up, Philip takes a turn.
I'm feeling it's going to be like a heart attack, so I'm going to take it.
And Dr. Sinead is unimpressed with the family.
Couldn't have been any worse. That's outrageous.
With the shocking results from the consultation room on the Riley's minds.
We are extremely worried about your vascular system, and we are urgently going to get you checked.
The doctors organise an immediate carotid ultrasound on his neck to further investigate Philip's risk of stroke. The morning of his appointment, Philip starts to feel intense chest pain, which continued throughout the day.
She's even at the moment, I find her hard breathing. I'm feeling it's going to be like a heart attack, so I'm going to take it.
Dr. Sinead gets to the hospital immediately.
How are you? Good to see you. Come here, what happened?
Chest is tightening up like hell. I'm finding it very, very hard to breathe.
You've had that in the last week, but not before.
I've had it before, but it wasn't as severe as what I had it this morning.
And how come you didn't tell me this the last time I was chatting to you?
Philip is admitted into the emergency cardiac unit.
We have to outrule the heart as being the issue, so make sure that he's not having a heart attack or about to have a heart attack.
An ECG is performed to detect abnormal electrical activity in his heart. A troponin blood test is undertaken to measure damage to the heart muscle. The results are sent to the head cardiologist, Professor Declan Sugru.
The combination of cigarette smoking and a genetic predisposition to high blood cholesterol, that's a lethal combination. The cardiograph, the ECG, looks perfectly normal. You've not had a heart attack. Okay.
Yes, I got an awful fright there.
You have a great opportunity to change things to reduce your risk of trouble in the future.
Philip's got good news in one sense that he didn't have a heart attack, but I think it's been a real wake-up call for him.
I was actually down to myself now to start looking after my own body and try to give up the cigarettes and get myself back to full health.
Relieved with the outcome of Philip's heart scare, the family now have 8 weeks to turn their lives around and implement their doctor's orders. Tammy Jo and Naomi start by throwing out the plastic fruit. Philip now has even more of an incentive to start his healthier lifestyle, so he rounds up his painkiller medication and throws it all out.
I've been taking them a long time, and I didn't realise that I was probably addicted to them. Apparently it's then that you've taken too much of them, they give you a headache. So, then I just have to cut them out. Yeah. Dump them. I'd rather be clean from them, so dump them, put them in the bin.
The first dinner under the new regime is underway in the Riley's household.
So I have roast chicken, that's not too bad, that's easy done. I'm dreading the sweet potato. Not bad.
But Natasha isn't impressed with the menu.
Just try it. We're trying it. You try it. Cabbage. You have to eat a dinner. I don't want cabbage. Go. I'll squash now. What do you think?
I'd eat it again.
It's thumbs up from Philip. But Naomi isn't doing well with giving up smoking.
Even with the information that I got about my lungs and everything else, I still don't know what it is. I don't know why it hasn't kicked me off. I am finding it difficult to actually just kick the habit.
Philip is going cold turkey with his painkiller medication.
They're kind of blanking them out of my head. It's something I thought I had to have to stop the headaches. The sweats are flying out of me. I keep getting sweats all the time. I don't know whether they call it like a detox or something. I was shaking yesterday, which is probably detoxing as well. The headaches are actually starting to go, I think. I haven't had a headache today.
And he has also quit smoking.
I haven't smoked now in 3 days. I've been on that e-cigarette thing, whatever they're called. People don't class that as smoking, but 3 days now I haven't had a cigarette. That's probably why I'm sweating.
2 weeks in and Philip is feeling the benefits.
The food-wise is grand. It's no fatty foods. I actually enjoy the food. It's nearly 2 weeks now I haven't had a cigarette. The exercises, they're not too bad. I don't mind the walking, but all that running, like, I won't be doing any of that.
Naomi's also getting active. And even tries out cheerleading with her daughter Tammy Jo.
It's fun because she's never done it before, and it was like a bit of fun, yeah.
Yeah, a bit of that.
Yeah.
And Natasha is getting active too. It's midway through the 8 weeks, and Natasha's enthusiasm is short-lived.
I'd like to fit in more fitness, I'd like to fit in more activities and all, but it's really hard to do at the moment. Having hard school big time. Stressful with him having to eat a lot of like fatty foods, like his diet is constantly like fatty foods because he has to gain weight with the cystic fibrosis. Where I'm trying to be healthy and not gain weight, trying to lose it. It is hard.
Naomi, however, is making progress with the smoking.
Right, this is my first cigarette in the last just over 2 hours. Whereas before I was kind of like in 1 hour I would have been smoking about maybe 6 cigarettes an hour. So yeah, 2 hours, I'm proud. Like to have known, but yeah, proud.
She's still finding it very hard, and she's still smoking, but she's not smoking as many as she used to. She's cut down a fair bit, but She needs to cut them out.
The experts were very concerned by 18-year-old Natasha's long daily naps.
I think the fizzy drinks were giving me like a boost for a while, then all of a sudden I was just crashing and wanted a nap, and now ever since I was drinking water, like I've no need for the naps because I feel like I'm not even crashing or even feeling tired or anything anymore.
Over the 8 weeks, the Rileys are being asked to make huge changes. If they can't resist temptation during their time on the programme, their chance of long-term success is reduced. Dr. Sinead organises an undercover temptation test to test the family's dedication to the plan. It's a family day out at the circus.
At this point in the process, I want to test the Rileys' resolve. I want to see how far they've come to date. Life is full of temptation, and if they can't say no at this point in time, I'd be quite worried about their future, to be honest.
The family are enjoying the circus, unaware that their every move is being monitored. Will they be able to resist temptation at the interval?
Ah, there's Naomi now. Oh, and I see Natasha, they're all there at the kiosk. It's your teeth, okay? Popcorn, that's reasonable.
Candy sauce.
Oh dear.
Is your candy sauce? And we get jar mix.
Oh my gosh.
And 2 coffees for it.
Like, that's outrageous. Like, this is quite worrisome, to be honest. This is well into their 8-week plan. It's just unbelievable. You know, maybe they'll show some restraint. Oh no. Like, this is completely mindless eating. They've gone all out. It's not looking good at all.
Dr. Sinead isn't impressed and confronts the family.
Guys, how are you? You didn't expect to see me here. I see you've been enjoying yourselves a lot, but a little bit too much. I'm very disappointed with what I've seen. This is your temptation test.
Oh, yeah.
And you have failed it really badly. You're really not taking things seriously. That's how it looked to me. You know, there was no hesitation. You went straight for the jelly, straight for the chocolate, straight for the floss. There was no holding back.
We haven't had any of this. None of it.
So this was a freakish one day off. I mean, that means hopefully I'm going to see good results when we see again in 3 weeks' time.
100%.
We want to think about the future. You're going to have kiosks like this selling sweets and that, and I want you to be making the right decision.
We've actually failed our temptation test. This is our first day that we've been out together as a family since we've started this, and that's our first week. It's a lesson to be learned.
With a failed temptation test under their belts, Professor Niall takes it upon himself to reinvigorate the family's enthusiasm and makes a visit.
I'm a little bit disappointed that the Rileys really haven't embraced this. I've got to come out here today and take them by the hand and show them the exercises that I want them to do. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi.
Thought you guys would be out exercising today. Oh, a day like that? And Natasha? On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think you are?
5.
That's not good enough, guys. Natasha, she's only 18 years of age. She's capable of doing an awful lot more than she currently is. Okay, guys, let's get the heart rate up. Let's get ourselves working hard, and hopefully we'll really feel good at the end of it. So let's go. That's it. Now we're moving. That's it. Good job. Good job. Natasha, down through these. Come on, you're not getting away. And then all the way back. Ready, go. Yes, yes, and again. Come on, keep it going, keep it going. Go. 1, come on. 2. Come on, speed it up, speed it up. You can use 2 hands. You don't even know you're exercising, guys. You'll keep it going. 4. I think the girls are winning this one, guys. The girls are winning this one. 5, 6.
Natasha disappears, but Professor Niall is not letting her opt out.
Natasha, you ready to come out? Come on, you can't quit that easy.
want to get sick and all.
Yeah, well, let's come out. Come on, that's the whole idea. You do this a few times and all of a sudden you'll feel great. Come on, last exercise. Come on, good girl. Come on, last one. That's great. One more. That's great. But a large part of your breathing is because the fact that you're unfit. And if you do this regularly, you're going to find it so much easier. I don't think she really realises how critical it is for her at this juncture in her life to start taking her health more seriously. Yeah. Not too hard, not too hard. No one said this was going to be easy. It's not easy. You're trying to change years of an inactive lifestyle. That's good, that's good. They do it as a family. I think the chances of them being successful will be increased dramatically.
Like normally we don't do much stuff like that, but it was good that we were able to do it together.
We were exercising at quite a strenuous level and they didn't realise it because it was fun. I'm a little bit more confident than I was before I came today. Good job. Good job.
Coming up, the Rileys are retested.
3, get a peek. 1, okay.
And the family get their results.
I hope it is a good result all round for everybody, because the effort did go in.
7 weeks ago, the Rileys were in need of a drastic life overhaul. The challenge of changing their bad habits at times has been difficult.
How are you? Good to see you. Come here, what happened?
Chest is tightening up like hell and finding it very, very hard to breathe.
With a week left till the consultation room, the Rileys continue to embrace their health plan. Natasha has cut out her daytime naps. Naomi is getting in her exercises and is down from 60 to 10 cigarettes a day.
Habits are hard to break. Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
And Philip is feeling the positive effects of giving up the pills.
I haven't had a headache since I stopped taking them. Feel fine. I've got good willpower. And I want to stop wherever was doing all the damage.
Their time following the plan is coming to an end, and the Rileys now return to Professor Niles' fitness lab, where a whole host of tests will be performed to see if they really have turned their lives around. First up to take on the VO2 max test is Mum Naomi.
Best effort here now, Naomi, your best effort.
Hopefully I'll be able to go a little bit faster and do a lot better.
You want to stop? Okay, just grab the front if you want to stop. Okay? That's good, excellent. 8 weeks ago, he gave me the impression he was a guy that was really up for it. So I would be expecting to see an improvement in Philip's fitness levels. 3, get a peek. 1, okay, he grabbed the ball there. Good man. How'd you find that?
Oh, Jesus, hope as hell.
Finally, it's a rematch. Natasha and her sister Tammy Jo go head to head.
Tammy Jo was extremely fit beforehand, so I won't be expecting to see huge increases in her fitness. Natasha was my biggest concern. 10, excellent. And I'm going to be pushing her bigger, and I hope, sincerely hope, that we see an improvement. Thumbs up if everything's okay. Your best effort now, all right? Looking straight ahead. You're almost home. Yeah, we're getting close to the end now, so it's going to get a little bit tough. That's good. Well done, well done. Well done. I don't think you realise the effort you put in, you know that? All right?
With the 8 weeks and retest behind them, the Rileys have returned to the consultation room. All the information and retests have been collated, and this family will now find out if their time following the plan has been a success or a failure.
I hope it is a good result all round for everybody, because the effort did go in on top of the whole thing, you know what I mean? For the 8 weeks, we did put the effort in.
Natasha, Philip and Naomi have all been asked to lose 5 to 10% of their body weight, and the family were asked to follow the nutrition and fitness plan. In addition, Naomi is at risk of cardiovascular and lung disease and was asked to quit smoking. Philip needed to quit smoking and cut out over-the-counter painkillers to prevent his risk of cardiovascular disease and stroke. To prevent developing type 2 diabetes, Natasha needed to stop drinking fizzy drinks and limit her sugar intake. She was asked to control her asthma to prevent her risk of an acute asthma attack. The whole family were asked to eat healthy meals together. It's the moment of truth for the Rileys.
Philip, we're going to start with you. Your average daily step count, averaging around 15,000 steps a day. That's excellent. And your body fat is exactly where it needs to be for someone your age.
That's all right, so.
Naomi, now the body fat is 30. That's a big reduction in body fat. You should be very proud of that. There's people who do cartwheels to get that. You're getting on average around 9,000 steps. The big push for you now is to get that above 10,000.
Yeah.
Tasha, you've lost around a kilo in body weight. Although you've lost weight, okay, your BMI and your body fat have remained pretty constant. I want you to improve your cardiovascular fitness. Tammy Jo, you're exactly where you need to be for someone your age. It's very important you maintain your levels of activity and maintain those high levels of fitness.
Overall, the bloods had improved, and I think it's a much better view of your diet in general. 8 weeks ago, you were borderline for insulin resistance, which would have meant you were on the pathway to developing type 2 diabetes. This is way down, and we think this is down to the fact that you just cut out the sugary drinks. Just want to say well done. Okay.
8 weeks ago, the doctors identified that Philip is high risk for cardiovascular disease.
Your CRP, which is this marker of inflammation, was 3 the last time, which would have put you at the higher risk category for cardiovascular disease. And it's come down to 1, which puts you at low risk. So we're seeing on the bloods the changes you've made, and you should be really proud of yourself. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, Philip, you are now a man that is headache-free.
I was giving myself a headache.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
As soon as it stopped then, 2 or 3 days later, the headaches just stopped.
You're a fine example to anyone out there who thinks, you know, they have to be trapped by this vicious cycle of over-the-counter medication. So, fair play to you. That's really brilliant.
So I'm glad to hear you've reduced the pill to food ratio. You've been cooking meals every evening, every day. You look really well. And Natasha, you've cut out the sugary drinks, and we've seen from your insulin and your blood glucose the improvements that has made. So well done to you, and keep that going.
8 weeks ago, Naomi was diagnosed with lung damage and was asked to quit smoking.
So Naomi, your smoking has always been one of our primary concerns. How are you getting on?
Not too bad. I have cut right way down. Haven't had one today so far. I will give them up. I am on the vapor.
You've come a huge way, Naomi, don't get me wrong, but even 1 cigarette a day is doing you harm. And I suppose what really concerned us is your chest x-ray did show some signs of smoking-related damage, and that is irreversible.
Yeah.
So if you smoke at all, that will progress, and we want you to quit before it does. Okay?
Yep.
Philip, have you given up the cigarettes?
I haven't had a cigarette in, I'd say, 9 weeks.
Okay, that's phenomenal. That is absolutely brilliant. I think, you know, the combination of giving up the over-the-counter medications and completely stopping the cigarettes, both of those things are phenomenal achievements. As a team, we're extremely impressed with you. You're a great example.
Thank you.
I speak on behalf of all of us when I say that as a family, we are extremely impressed with the changes that you've made. Well done.
Cheers.
Okay.
There's been phenomenal successes in this household. I think we can't underestimate how well some of the people in it have done.
They made really significant change, and I think they did it as a family. So I think it bodes well for the future. If they continue to work as a team, they could go really far.
A few weeks later, we caught up with the Rileys, and they are still enjoying their new, healthier outlook.
We're really proud of them, and they enjoy it. They're having fun.
Well, what we've done in the last 8 weeks,
I thought it was fantastic with the whole family, and we're going to stick at it.
I like being out together as a family. It makes you feel real happy.
It's great, it was. My arms are killing me.
Let's hope that as a family we can carry on from here and just enjoy it more.